Yet another Friday. Where do the weeks go? It's been busy. I've been busy anyway. I've been very busy. Anyway, happy Friday, and here we are. The hot news right now is that Seiko apparently is reissuing the 6105-8110. I've seen a couple shots, promo shots. It's the same, it looks like the same exact kind of rollout that we saw with the 62 MAS reissue and the SLA 025 6159 reissue, same kind of stuff. I note that the watch has the same spacing and everything on the water resist text as the 62 MAS. That weird extra space in the middle. I don't know why. So I'll discuss that more this weekend, but I guess it's coming. I guarantee you that it's going to be just like the other ones, that they're going to have a limited edition for the same price as a Tudor Submariner, and then they're going to have a regular edition that is going to be like just with a ridiculous handset, and then they're going to come out with the Patty version that's going to be disco-fied and glittery and will blind passing birds.
They haven't actually put glitter on anything, right?
I don't know. Some of the Patty dials are crazy, like this weird iridescent, like aqua color. I don't know. Who knows? They're not. I don't think they're looking at us for a market anyway. I'm the wrong person to ask about this stuff. No, seriously, it's like when in the 90s when I was still a scooter boy, and the Vespa.
Oh, you were a boy.
I was a scooter boy, and the Vespa people from Vespa were trying to get back into the United States because all the two-strokes had been banned. So they were coming back into the United States, and they came and talked to us, and said, "Hey, we're thinking about coming back in. What do you think about this stuff?" And I was like, "We're the wrong people to ask because we want you to produce. Give me another 1974 Rally 200. And I don't want any of this new stuff." But they didn't listen to us, which is smart, and they made a lot of money by bringing regular Vespas in, the new ones. What?
You and your snobbery.
I don't think it's snobbery. It's just we want different things. They want to make money, and we want a 1974 Rally 200.
Well, it's not 1974, and it wasn't in the 90s either.
Actually, 1969 Rally 180. That's the thing. Or, better yet, the SS 180. That's one of the few I never owned.
Okay.
Very cool. Anyway, go on.
Go on?
Oh,
I haven't even started. Hang on. Okay. From Super Cruise. Spencer, could you comment on cleaning and servicing of the chronograph wheel in vintage Seikos? I am contemplating the purchase of a 7017 6010 speed timer and servicing it myself. Do you run the chronograph wheel through the ultrasonic cleaner, or do you simply dip and clean in something like one dip? I know the chrono wheels are quite fragile. Would also appreciate your comments on oiling this component.
Well, the first thing to do is to get the Seiko service manuals. If you're going to be fiddling around inside this stuff, go right to the official service manuals. You can't go down and order them from the library, but they come up for sale pretty regularly. So that's absolutely the first place to start. I run the chronograph wheels along with everything else right through the multi-stage ultrasonic. Lubrication guides, I can tell you about it, but again, it's not that complicated, but there's a specific technique that you need to use, and it's outlined in the servicing guides. Yes, the parts are delicate in a sense that they're more prone to failure than other parts inside the watch, but they're fine for going through an ultrasonic. So that's what I would recommend.
From R. James, ultimately you can sell the non-payers watches to cover the expense, correct? Maybe it's mostly the issue of giving them ample time to pay their debt before taking such measures? We're talking about non-payment people.
No, I know. There's a thing called mechanics lien, that if somebody abandons their watch for a certain amount of time, and there's a legal amount of time that if somebody doesn't settle their bill, their watch legally becomes mine. I have never once had to actually invoke that. Like to get somebody to pay, I'm going to take your watch. I've never had to do that. I have had a couple watches where the owners just vanished. But it's been a long time since.
Wait, are they still vanished?
Oh, this was years ago.
Do we still have the watch?
I don't even remember which watches they were. Okay. But I've never taken somebody's watch. Oh, it's been, you've gone 32 days since I billed you. Your watch is mine now. Ha, 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 ha. I've never done that.
From Sir Thumb, I am wanting to get my first monster soon. Which model would you recommend and why? Also, what is your favorite monster?
I don't know anything about monsters.
We just sold one.
We just sold one. I don't know the first darn thing about them. They're not a design that really appeals to me, and so I don't collect them or wear them. But I know they have a very strong collector base. But I'm not it. So I know a lot of things about a very narrow window of topics. The vast majority of other things I don't know anything about.
I think Sebastian's coming. I hear the Jaws theme.
Yep, he's coming and it's going to be squeaking and screaming, so we might have to pause.
Yes. From Lucky Gold Panda, what model is that fourth dress watch you brought out with the bullet-shaped markers? I'd be interested in buying that.
That watch is an 8306-1000 from 1965. And actually, you and I have had further conversations about that watch, but that's what that watch is. What?
That.
That's the camera. We're talking to the camera.
You can see inside.
Okay.
Don't wiggle it.
Don't wiggle that.
Can you be quiet?
Can you be quiet? Okay, let's see if this works.
Okay. From Meltdown GRFX, I have an SKX A33 with an integrated bracelet. How common are they? I enjoy your videos. Thanks.
Play.
I don't know. I probably should have done some research and looked at what that model is. Usually when...
That is mommy.
I'm not really that familiar with them. I'm very, very sorry. I should have done some research. I don't... Modern Seikos or more modern Seikos are not really my thing. And as I said, there's so much that I don't know. There's a lot more that I don't know than I know. So
Sorry, I should have shown you the questions.
oh no, it's okay. It's no big deal. My answer would probably be the same. I mean, modern Seiko is just really not my thing.
You can watch her sing.
Yeah, I know, but leave that alone, please.
From Lester Loves Watches, Spencer, could you do a video on original Seiko bracelets and how to identify them and spot fakes?
It's real simple. You look inside the fold in the clasp, and it'll say stainless steel Japan-Z. Typically, or there's a few other letters that they do, but that's the assembly line that they came off of.
Stop wiggling it.
No wiggling. So you look for that Z. I mean, that's really about it. As far as I know, no company anywhere does that. The only other one that they ever had is
What's it on me say?
Stellux bracelets, and those will say Chrysler, Stellux, Hong Kong, whatever. But those you have to know a little bit more. Because you have to be sure about which model that they go to. But even no matter what model they go to, if it's a Chrysler Stellux, it's high quality. They make nice stuff.
From Bill Barfett,
Hi, Bill.
So will the H-Link actually fit the 6309 or just the SRP?
No, it will fit the 6309, absolutely. I would have had to have seen if that particular 6309 case had any kind of dinks on the lugs that were making it so that one end link wouldn't drop in. But, I mean, they're the same, exactly the same, and absolutely it will fit, yes.
From Camberwell Carrot, is replating gold watches a thing?
It doesn't really work very well. Saul Brook, hi Saul. Saul Brook did it a good number of years ago, but he had a watch that he really liked, and he really worked a lot with the foreman, with Jonathan Koch, a lot to try to figure out how to get that done. I think he did it, and I don't think he was happy with the result. It's a pain in the butt. I don't know, but I'll have to ask Saul. Saul, if you're watching this, let us know how that went, and I'll read your response next week, okay?
From Ross Duggan, Spencer, is modern day Seiko Lume still salt-based? I always learn from your videos, thanks.
I wish I learned from my videos. I have no idea. I would have to, again, do research. It's a completely different formulation because it's not radioactive at all. It's light producing, but it's not radioactive. I honestly don't know what is in Super Luminova. I don't know how it's made. Today's the day where I don't know anything.
Yeah, really, and that was the last question.
That was the last
I
question.
had a million questions we blasted through them. It hasn't even been 10 minutes. I feel like we should do, like, some kind of vaudeville show or something.
I know, it's going to be a short thing. A lot of people have been talking about my sword. which I'm still working on here, which I thought was interesting. So I've been posting little things about it. Maybe I'll post a video about it, but I got the handle fitted last night. Isn't this wood interesting? I have no idea what this wood is. We found it. It's a piece of driftwood we found on a windswept beach in Guadalajara, California, which is way up on the northern coast on a cold, cold day. I have no idea what it is. It's light, it's very strong, and when you work it, it's aromatic, it's smelly. So I don't know what it is. Anyway, but I've made this whole thing from scratch so far. This is old growth wood, more than 100 and something odd years old. But anyway, that's all fun. So really, we don't have anything else.
I can show them my little man.
Oh yeah, the puppy is getting gigantic. He's supposed to be dachshund and something. We think that something is cart horse.
He's very sleepy.
Who's a sleepy puppy?
He was 10 pounds at 8 weeks, and then at 10 weeks he's over 16 pounds.
Yeah, he's really big. He's getting bigger all the time. We don't know what he is. You put in for a DNA test. We haven't gotten the results back yet. Well, that's exciting. What I might do is actually pause this and see if there's something else that I can talk about, because there are some other subjects, but I've been saving some things for the week odds and ends video.
Well,
So.
I feel bad. I failed.
How did you fail?
I don't know. I thought I had a bunch of questions, but they were all questions you didn't know the answer to.
Oh, one thing from last week. No, stop. About the Seiko 8306 is Chester McSnapdragon Fisticuffs, I think is his name, was talking about this, the 83XX movements, 8305, 8306, 8346, blah blah blah, and why they were never put into a dive watch. And his idea was that Seiko never felt the need to make a slim, a low-profile dive watch. It wasn't a priority, and so they used a lower-grade movements for those things. And that's as good a theory as any as I've ever heard. I mean, they want to make a tool that's fit for the purpose, and fit for the purpose is not necessarily a slim case. I have looked at modding and thinking about trying to drop an 8306 or 8305 movement into a dive case, and I think it might be possible, but the problem is all the 83XX movements were all 3 o'clock crown, and I have no idea if there's any 4 o'clock like date wheels especially that would work. I don't know, just one of those things, something to think about. Not that I'm much of a modder, but
You used to be.
yeah, in the very beginning, but I swear, I mean, this aside, I'm just not a creative person.
Yes,
I mean,
you are.
I suppose so.
I'm not creative at all. You're more creative than me.
I don't know, it's just for me to mix and match and find something, because I've had a number of conversations with people who want to try to make some kind of super stealth thing, and man, I'd love to use the 83. I'd love to use an 8305 movement in some kind of a dive watch, but need to get into real fabrication to do something like that.
I guess. I suppose when you were first modding, you were really just learning how watches worked at that point.
Oh, there is actually something we do need to talk about, something we have been debating. Crystals, adding a crystal. You all know about the 6105, what?
Nothing.
We were talking about it a while ago.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, 6105 crystals, right? 6105 diver crystals. We have the Type 1, high top. We have the Type 2, which is the big standard crystal based on my observations of all the models that I've seen.
Cute he is.
I know he's very cute.
I'm talking about the dog.
And so the Type 2, then there's the Jonathan came up with a Dome Type 3, but the other crystal I see the most of after the Type 2 is basically the next level down. It looks just like a Type 2, flat inside, flat top, except that it's slightly lower and it's dead flat on the top. I'm thinking of it as the Type 4, though sometimes I look at it and it has the same height on the side as the Type 3, so sometimes I call it a flat top Type 3, but really maybe it's a Type 4. I see it in later models.
Well, if we get it done, it's a Type 4, because then that's less for me to write.
Okay, well, it's a Type 4. Would there be interest in having a Type 4 crystal made? That's the big question. I mean, we can have it done if there's a call for it. If somebody thinks that the Type 2 is too high. But the thing is, the Type 2 is like the 6105 crystal. They are by far the most common ones I ever see.
Most people buy them.
Yeah, they most buy the
The
Type 2.
Type 1s and the Type 3s go through phases of people buying them, but people consistently buy the Type 2.
I swear that... Stop. I swear the Type 3s are more for modding anyway. I could be wrong. Well, because people put them in their 7548s.
Seiko box.
They do look lovely in 7548s and 6309s. They look great.
So heavy. Oh my God. No, he's too heavy. I can't pick him up.
Well, folks, if I can think of something else to add on to this, I'll do it. But other
Sorry,
than that,
we failed you.
sorry, but it's a late. It's an early weekend. And that's really about it. Well, thank you so much for watching. And if I can come up with more stuff, I'll do it. And if I have come up with more stuff, I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, bye.